Hello, everyone. So in today's session, we are going to focus on India's significant move of, bringing back a substantial amount of gold from the Bank of England. Okay. A few months ago, if you remember, I have discussed in a video where, how India retrieved 100 tons of its gold reserves stored in the UK. And the gold owned by Indian government had been kept there for security reasons. However, paying the Bank of England yearly fees to safeguard our gold was a cause of embracement. And, as it is reflected a lack of confidence in keeping our assets within the country. So this is a significant step in that regard, if you consider that. Just 1 minute, guys. Okay. So this is a topic, and let's continue this discussion. So if you see, recently the RBI discreetly brought back an additional 100 tons of gold from the Bank of England, increasing India's gold holdings within the country. So that was again a significant step. And to give you a clearer picture, RBI has total of 855 tons of gold, out of which 510 tons are now stored within India. Over the past 2 years, India has been consistently bringing its gold back home, and with a total of 220 tons repatriated so far. So this move signals that the government believes in the importance of retaining physical gold reserves within the country. Okay, so that's what this move actually indicating, and that's very significant also. Now, coming to India's global position in gold holdings. See, India currently ranks 8th globally in terms of gold reserves held by central banks. And recently we surpassed Japan. So just keep this in mind. There's a position, 8th position, they can ask you in prelims. Switzerland is immediately ahead of India, but with the ongoing efforts, it's likely that India could soon exceed Switzerland by reaching a total of 1,000 tons of gold. However, if you see China remains far ahead with over 2,200 tons of gold reserves. And it's very important to note that China began repatriating its gold in way back 2005, moving a larger portion from UK to its own vaults. So now we are also started doing that. And see, if you look at China's strategic move and implications for India. China's repatriation decision was based on national pride and the belief that a confident country should be capable of storing its gold within its borders. Why, you are parking your physical gold in other country? Are you not confident in your own country, or keep that physical gold? Although China, continues to keep some gold reserves in the UK for strategic reasons, like trading and currency exchanges, and it is held in a vault that belongs to China. But you see, this proactive step reflects the importance of controlling one's assets. That's something which is very important. So how you are managing your assets is something very important, right? So many countries now, including Pakistan and some African nations, still rely heavily on foreign storage of their gold, because that shows that they have lack of trust in their security. So that's why when you are not feeling secure at your home, that's when you keep it outside, right? So now let's look into the shift in India's gold strategy since 1991. If you look at India's approach to gold, it has been changed dramatically over the years. And back in 1991, during a severe economic crisis, India had to pledge a significant portion of its gold reserves to secure the funding for that balance of payment crisis. Now, today in 2024, we are seeing the opposite situation. India is reclaiming its gold from the foreign banks. Now, it's important to note that the gold being repatriated now is not the same that was pledged in 1991. The current move is basically aimed at reducing dependence of foreign entities for the safety of our own gold reserves, and that you are keeping with them by paying charges also. So that's something, again, which we need to understand. So don't be confused that it's the same goal that you have kept 1991. Now, geopolitical risk also we can discuss, and G7 actions against Russia also. See, this shift in India's strategy also stems from the growing geopolitical risk. You can see the situations, especially after the action taken by G7 countries against Russia. During the Ukraine conflict, the G7 froze Russia's forex reserves. So which included substantial amount of gold stored in European countries. So with that, then there is of no use when you're storing it over there. And this move shattered Russia's trust in Western countries. And India is learning from these incidents and is strategically bringing back its gold to mitigate risk. So if there is any such sanction which is going to be imposed by US on India, then there is of no such use of having the forex reserve also, or the gold, which is especially parked in European countries where we don't have any control also. We'll give you an example of that Venezuela experience. See, Venezuela also faced a similar situation when UK government actually froze its gold reserves stored at the Bank of England. Now, the reason was like citing some alleged election fraud in the country. But despite not having declared war or attacked by any nation, Venezuela's gold was seized based on political differences, and that too the problem within the country. And this raises a pertinent question for India. What if Western countries question the integrity of future Indian election and decide to freeze our gold reserve? So this discussions are going on there, and if there is any issue with respect to, they can claim that Indian election is not transparent, and some such political reasons they can highlight. And what if they block or freeze the entire gold which is kept with the European bank? That again is not under our control, right? So that's why, again, which is very significant, and we have to take into consideration that example also. And the strategy, you see India's approach towards bringing its gold back is gradual rather than alarmist. There is no such condition now that alarming or very emergency that we need to bringing it. Strategically, gradually we are bringing it back, observing, seeing the situations in Venezuela, Russia. India recognizes the risk of storing gold in foreign banks and is slowly but steadily retrieving its reserves, assets. So that's very normal. There is no aggressive move, there is no emergency, and there is no alarming kind of setup or situation. Currently, 60% of India's gold is now within the country. And the goal is to increase this percentage to 80 to 90 in the near future, which is significant. Okay. And if you see, this shift has not only enhanced India's financial sovereignty, but also strengthen its geopolitical position. That also you are telling that we don't want to depend on you to save, or store our physical assets, and we don't want to pay such charges also. So that's about this discussion, guys. So when I've seen this news, I thought of doing this video. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. In case if you're interested in any of our mentorship program, you can get in touch with us. See you guys in the next session.